Hey friends, Elizabeth here, your Deep Creek Lake guide for lifestyle and real estate. I see tons of trends and design choices in the houses that I show and sell, and today I'm going to give you my honest opinion about what most people actually love, the updates and touches that are going to age well, and what is just not worth the hype. So let's get into it. One of the themes we're seeing in new design trends is that homeowners are choosing more natural, earthy tones instead of colder gray tones or whites. As a millennial, I think there can always be a time and place for a white and gray moment, but in general, there's a shift away from sterile minimalism and towards more natural tones. I think this is a great move, especially if you're trying to make your space feel more warm, comfortable, inviting, and timeless. This can be done in something as subtle as artwork on the walls, pot colors and materials for plants, or even in lamp bases. Using natural materials is definitely a theme of 2025 trends in interior design, and it's a trend that's not going to go out of style anytime soon. Think raw wood beams, slate, handmade ceramics, and woven textures. Natural materials age well, are perfect for a mountain or lake home, and make a space feel cozy and grounded. And a trend that's never going to go out of style is adding plants to a space, or even woody branches or stems to a corner, or as a centerpiece on a table. Even faux plants can look convincing and add so much character. Organic shapes and brass finishes are in, even in small spaces. Sculptural and oversized fixtures are trending, and I'm 100% here for it. You can find affordable options on Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, or Wayfair, and install them yourself and instantly upgrade a space. Don't limit yourself to an upgraded fixture in just a dining room, though. A unique lighting piece in a bathroom or bedroom would go a long way in updating your spaces. I really feel like you can go all out in a lighting piece and get away with it more than almost any other piece of decor or furnishing. So go for that funky brass chandelier. Buyers and renters are gonna love it. Texture is back, but maybe we can leave the popcorn ceilings in the 1980s. Shiplap has definitely been a huge trend in recent years, but floor-to-ceiling shiplap can leave a space feeling crowded or cold if it's too white. So don't limit yourself to the shiplap. There are so many affordable and DIY ways to bring interesting texture to walls that will catch the eye of renters and buyers alike, such as backsplash, textured peel and stick wallpaper in moderation, or a lime wash accent wall. Shelving for plants or faux plants is another way to add great texture and dimension. And most people love a blanket ladder as well. Many people have completely abandoned all wood tones in the last decade in favor of brights and solids. But bringing the wood look back in through vintage furnishings or antique pieces can be a really nice way to bring that nod back to tradition and nature without the overwhelming honey oak kitchen look of the 90s and early 2000s. Vintage touches can be budget friendly and give homes a unique, collected over time feel that buyers are going to love. You can paint walls, trim, and ceilings the same color for a moody and dramatic vibe. Some people have even taken this a step further and started pattern drenching, which can be a little bit much for most buyers and renters. But a color-drenched moment with rich tones can really make a space stand out and feel even bigger. Even though we're all taught that dark spaces feel smaller, when done with care, this is just not necessarily the case. And this is another very affordable upgrade that can easily be changed back if you change your mind. The Rustic Farmhouse mirrors the vintage touch theme. If you love the farmhouse look, you know that the white drenched farmhouse has been the highlight of magazines and Pinterest boards for years. There's a shift happening across the board towards those natural tones and traditional pieces, which is really aligning with this cultural shift we're seeing towards homemaking, bread making, and just generally getting back to the roots. If you are going for the farmhouse style, try incorporating antique pieces like well-loved breadboards, stools, brass bells, and woven baskets. These pieces can help a home look like lived-in luxury, but consider avoiding text on the walls, rooster themes, or grape themes, which can just confuse the intention of a space. With the move towards sustainability and eco-friendly designs, it's no shocker that designs are mirroring the soft curves of nature over the stark lines of the sharp, minimalistic industrial looks that have been popular in years past. If you don't have curved edges in your furniture, you can consider adding it through pieces with scalloped edges, which are becoming so popular and trendy. It's also a subtle enough trend that it's not going to age poorly. Look for lampshades, travertine trays in bathrooms or entrance tables, or even mirror edges. Open concept spaces are a huge attraction for buyers, but sometimes when you're renting or living in a space, it can feel like a space isn't being utilized well. I've definitely seen buyers pass on homes just because they can't see a vision of how to functionally use a space, especially if there are kids to consider or if adults need a workspace and the only option are bedrooms. One way to fix this problem is through zoning, and I love this trend. Consider using rugs, lighting, or furniture arrangements to define specific zones in those big open spaces to make suggestions. For example, if you have an awkward corner in a big open space, consider turning it into a breakfast nook or adding swivel chairs to make a conversational or game space area. You could also add a desk for an additional work from home space without having to dedicate an entire bedroom as an office. Just like looking back in time through those vintage touches and calling nature back inside, traditionalism or the grand millennial designs are in and the stark minimalism is out. While I love this design, it's one best explored in moderation for most people. Maxing out on patterns and wallpapers can make most people feel really overwhelmed, even if it's done very well. If you love this trend too, go for touches like an antique rug, oil paintings, curated candlesticks, or vintage benches. There are so many fun ways to give a nod to the older styles, or living out your Bridgerton daydreams while still being classy and timeless. So which trend would you try in your own space? Let me know in the comments, and if you're thinking about buying or selling in the Deep Creek Lake area, let's talk. You can reach out using my contact information in the video description below. Again, my name's Elizabeth Ware with Really Realty, and if you thought this was helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow along for more. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.